Hello students, in the last class we have seen about the small signal AC equivalent circuit of the MOSFET. In this class we are going to see about the amplifier configurations of the MOSFET. As we know that the MOSFET is a 3-terminal device like gate terminal, drain terminal and source terminal. We may have 3 amplifier configurations. Okay, so those amplifier configurations are the common source amplifier and the common drain amplifier and the common gate amplifier. Okay, so these 3 amplifier configuration analysis we are going to study in our subject. In this video we are going to discuss about the common source amplifier configuration of the MOSFET. In the upcoming videos we will discuss about the common drain amplifier and the common gate amplifier configurations. Okay, so let us see the circuit for the common source amplifier configuration. This is the circuit for the common source amplifier using the MOSFET device. So here this is a MOSFET device and we have the 3 terminals. Those are gate terminal, drain terminal and source terminal. As the source terminal has been given to the ground, this configuration is called as the common source amplifier configuration. Okay, so and in this circuit we can see the Vi is a AC input signal. The Vi is a AC input signal or small signal input voltage, and V0 is the output voltage of this CS amplifier, and RSI is the internal resistance of the Vi signal generator. We are using the CC1, the coupling capacitor, to blocks the DC and allows only AC signal to enter into our amplifier circuit. Okay, so this coupling capacitor will blocks any DC signal which is coming from the Vi and only allows the AC signal to pass through the gate of our CS amplifier. Okay, in our CS amplifier, the gate terminal is the input terminal and drain terminal is the output terminal and source is a common terminal. And we are using the R1 and R2 voltage divider network for providing biasing to our circuit. Usually these MOSFETs are biased in the saturation region by using this R1 and R2 voltage divider network. Here RD is the drain resistance that is connected between the VDD supply as well as the drain terminal, that is nothing but our load resistor in this case. Now we are going to draw the small signal equivalent circuit of this common source amplifier. From this we can get the small signal voltage gain, input impedance and output impedance of our common source amplifier. In order to draw the small signal equivalent circuit of the MOSFET, we have to consider all the DC voltages replaced with the ground. Okay, which means that we have to ground all the DC sources that are present in the circuit to ground. Okay, so here the VDD is the DC source which was present in the circuit that has been replaced with the ground. And also one more condition to draw the AC equivalent circuit is we have to replace all the capacitors by short circuit. In this circuit we have only one coupling capacitor CC1, so which was replaced with a short circuit. Now we can draw the small signal AC equivalent circuit of the common source amplifier, and also we are considering the R1 and R2 voltage divider bias which was replaced with the single equivalent resistance which is a parallel combination of R1 and R2. Okay, so now this is the small signal equivalent circuit of the common source amplifier. So here we have to start from the source terminal because the source is directly connected to the ground. Okay, so first we have to draw the common line. Okay, on the common line we have the source terminal. Okay, and the common line has been grounded, and the input terminal is a gate terminal and output terminal is a drain terminal. So which was marked here, input terminal is gate terminal and output terminal is a drain terminal, like that. Okay, So now we are going to draw the small signal equivalent circuit of the MOSFET first. Thereafter we will draw the remaining components. Okay. So from the gate to the source we have VGS, the gate to source voltage VGS, and no other component is there because of the high input impedance of the MOSFET. From the drain terminal to the source terminal, we have a dependent current source GM-VGS. So here GM is the transconductance and VGS is the gate to source voltage. And in parallel with this GM-VGS current source, we have R0 resistance, which is the internal output resistance of the MOSFET. Okay, and this is the equivalent circuit of the MOSFET. Thereafter we can go for the remaining components. At the input side we have a AC signal source VI and its internal source resistance RSI that was replaced here. So from the ground terminal to gate terminal we have VI AC signal source or small signal source, and along with its resistance RSI. As we have grounded this VDD voltage, so these resistances R1 and R2 are in the parallel combination, and this parallel combination can be replaced with a single resistance R1 parallel R2 at the input side, which was connected between the gate terminal to the source terminal. And at the output side of our circuit we have RD resistance. This RD resistance was given from the drain terminal to the ground terminal. Okay, so RD resistance was replaced from the drain terminal to the ground terminal like this. The output voltage which was taken across the RD resistance, that was given as VDS, that is nothing but our output voltage V0. Okay, so here V0 is the voltage across the parallel combination of the resistance, which was the R0 resistance and the RD resistance. Okay, so next here ID is the drain current which is flowing in the drain terminal of the MOSFET. Okay, and here Ri is the input resistance of this MOSFET amplifier, CS MOSFET amplifier, and R0 is the output resistance of our CS amplifier. Here this graph will show you the relationship between the output voltage to the output current. So VDS versus ID, and here we can see the load line, which is the DC load line, which was drawn on the output characteristics. Here we have a point which is called as a transition point that will separate the non-saturation region and the saturation region. Okay, so usually we will use the MOSFET in the saturation region only. Therefore, we will select the Q point in the saturation region, and also the Q point will be selected at the middle of the saturation region, nearly middle of the saturation region, in order to get the faithful amplification. Okay, and the slope of this DC load line was given as -1 by RD. Okay, so here the transition point which separates the non-saturation region and the saturation region, and voltage at this point is VDS saturation, that is equal to the VGS minus V threshold voltage. Now we are going to calculate the small signal voltage gain of the common source amplifier. Now we are going to calculate the output voltage. Here if you see, output voltage V0 is nothing but the VDS, and the VDS is the voltage across the parallel combination of the resistances R0 and RD, and the current flowing in these resistors are taken as the load resistance IL, but that current is opposite to the direction of the GM-VGS. Okay, as the parallel combination of R0 and RD can be replaced with the single resistance R0 parallel the capital RD. So I am assuming that the current flowing in the parallel combination of R0 parallel RD is IL current, and this IL current is nothing but opposite of ID current because of the direction of currents are different. Okay, so we can say IL is equal to minus ID, which is nothing but ID is nothing but GMVGS. Therefore, ID is minus ID is equal to minus GMVGS. Okay, so now we can tell the output voltage V0, which is equal to the minus GMVGS current into the parallel combination of the resistances R0 parallel RD. That is the output voltage, and the input gate to source voltage we have to calculate. Now we are going to calculate the input voltage by applying KVL in this loop. Okay, here the input resistance of the amplifier is nothing but Ri, and the voltage across the Ri is nothing but the VGS voltage. Okay, VGS is the voltage across the input resistance VGS. By using the voltage division rule, the VGS is equal to applied voltage Vi into across the resistance Ri. Here the input resistance of the amplifier is Ri, divided by the total resistance Ri plus RSI. Okay, so that is the input gate to source voltage VGS. From this equation we can write Vi is equal to VGS divided by Ri divided by Ri plus RSI. Okay, that is the value of Vi, input voltage. So we have calculated the output voltage as well as the input voltage. Now we can get the voltage gain of our amplifier circuit. Therefore, the small signal voltage gain is given as AV is equal to output voltage divided by the input voltage, which is equal to minus GM into R0 parallel RD into Ri by Ri plus RSI. Actually, the AV is equal to V0 divided by Vi. That is equal to, we know that the V0 is equal to minus GMVGS into RD parallel R0. That is the output voltage equation. And similarly, the input voltage equation, Vi is equal to VGS divided by Ri divided by Ri plus RSI. This is a input voltage equation. Okay, so from here the VGS will get cancelled, and this Ri by Ri plus RSI will go to the numerator and then becomes like this. Okay, now the voltage gain AV is equal to minus GM into R0 parallel RD into Ri divided by Ri plus RSI. Okay, so that is the voltage gain of the common source amplifier. Now we are going to calculate the input impedance Zi, or else as we don't have any impedance components here, we can also take it as input resistance Ri. Okay, so the input impedance is the impedance measured at the input terminal. Okay, because the gate to source resistance of the MOSFET is very large, approximately infinite. Therefore, we can replace the resistance with the infinite, which means that open loop. So the infinite resistance can be replaced with the open loop. Therefore, whatever is the resistance looking from the input side of our amplifier, that is nothing but the input impedance. Therefore, the impedance can be calculated as Zi is equal to R1 parallel R2. That is the input impedance. Okay. Sometimes instead of using R1 and R2, which means the self bias, they may use a single resistor RG. That time the input resistance will be equal to the RG. Now we are going to calculate the output impedance Z0. So the output impedance is the impedance measured at the output terminal with the input voltage Vi is equal to 0. When Vi is equal to 0, then the VGS, the gate to source voltage, is also will becomes 0. Then the output impedance can be calculated as like this. So here the GMVGS source is equal to 0, so which was replaced with the open circuit, and the output impedance is the impedance looking from the output side of our amplifier circuit. Therefore, from the output side we have only the two resistances, one is a small RD, another one is the capital RD. The parallel combination of the small RD and capital RD is nothing but the output impedance. Okay, normally the value of the internal drain resistor RD is very much greater than the capital RD. Therefore, the equivalent resistance of the RD parallel RD will be equal to the capital RD. Okay, therefore the Z0 is approximately equal to the capital RD drain resistance, external drain resistance. Okay, so that is about the common source amplifier analysis. Now we are going to see one problem regarding the common source amplifier for the better understanding. So determine the small signal voltage gain and input and output resistance of the common source amplifier. Okay, here they have given one CS amplifier circuit, and then we have to calculate the voltage gain, input impedance and output impedance of that. Okay, so the transistor parameters has been given like VDD is equal to 3.3 volts and the drain resistance which was given as 10 kilo ohms. Okay, the VDD was given as 3.3 volts and RD was given as 10 kilo ohms and R1 was given as 140 kilo ohms. Okay, and R2 was given as 60 kilo ohms and RSI is equal to 4 kilo ohms. Okay, these are all the values they have given, and the transistor parameters threshold voltage is 0.4 volts and the conduction constant Kn is equal to 0.5 milliamperes per volt square, and the lambda is given as 0.02 volts inverse. First of all, we have to calculate the DC analysis values. In that, first we are going to calculate the quiescent gate to source voltage, which is a VGSQ. Okay, the voltage between gate to source, VGSQ, we have to calculate. The formula for the VGSQ is VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So which means that the voltage across this R2 resistance we are going to calculate applied voltage VDD into across the resistance R2 divided by the total resistance. Okay, so this VGSQ value is also called as VTH, the Thevenin's equivalent voltage, VTH. Okay, so the value of this one after substituting the R2, R1 and VDD values, which is equal to 0.99 volts. Then we are going to calculate the quiescent drain current IDQ. The IDQ value is equal to the Kn into VGSQ minus VTN whole square. Here the Kn was given as 0.5 and the VGSQ we have calculated as 0.99 and the VTN was given as 0.4 volts. Okay, after substituting the values, we can get IDQ is equal to 0.17 milliamperes. And now the quiescent drain to source voltage VDSQ is equal to VDD minus IDQ into RD. So here VDD is 3.3 volts and IDQ we calculated as 0.174, okay, into the RD resistance value is 10 kilo ohms. After substituting the values, we can get the VDSQ as 1.56 volts. Here the VDSQ value, which is 1.56, is very much greater than the VGSQ minus VTN values. Therefore we can say this transistor is biased in the saturation region. In order to get the small signal voltage gain of this amplifier, we have to calculate the transconductance gain GM, which is equal to the 2 into square root of Kn into IDQ value, that is equal to 0.590 milliamperes per volt. Okay, by using this, the small signal output resistance R0 is equal to 1 by lambda IQ. So here 1 by lambda was given as 0.02, IQ value, IDQ value is given as 0.174. Okay, so which is equal to the output resistance of our MOSFET, which will be equal to the 287 kilo ohms. The input resistance to the amplifier is, which is a parallel combination of R1 and R2, self bias parallel combination. Therefore, 140 kilo ohms in parallel with 60 kilo ohms, the resultant value is equal to 42 kilo ohms. Okay. Similarly, the voltage gain can be calculated by using the formula minus Gm into R0 parallel RD, so into Ri divided by Ri plus RSI. So here the Gm value is minus 0.59, just now we calculated, and small RD value is equal to 287 kilo ohms. Okay, R0 value is 287 kilo ohms and RD value is equal to 10 kilo ohms, and RI value we calculated as 42 kilo ohms, and the RSA value was given as 4 kilo ohms. After substituting these values, we can get the voltage gain is equal to minus 5.21. That is the voltage gain of the CS amplifier. That is the voltage gain of the CS amplifier, and the input resistance was equal to the parallel combination of R1 and R2, which was already we calculated, which is the 42 kilo ohms, and the output resistance of this amplifier is RD parallel R0, that is equal to the 10 parallel with the 287 kilo ohms, that is approximately equal to the small resistance value, which is approximately equal to 10 kilo ohms, that is 9.66 kilo ohms. This is how we have to do the problems on the CS amplifier. Okay, in the next class we are going to see about the common drain amplifier using the MOSFET.